All right, what's up, everybody? I am gonna fucking finally slay this demon for you. Because if you clicked on the video, you can clearly see it's called How to Lose Fat. Okay? But we're gonna rename it. We're not gonna call it this. We're gonna call it Guaranteed Fat Loss if you understand this. Okay? So what is this? This is the pyramid of priority when it comes to losing weight. Okay? Now what's at the top is actually not what's important, because it only makes up a small percentage of what will actually get you the result that you want. The bottom is where the meat and potatoes are, right? So we're gonna get right into this so you guys can understand where your priorities need to be if this is your goal. If your goal is to lose the fat, cardio is the least important thing you can do. It's the thing that's gonna have the smallest effect on the overall goal. Why? Because cardio can actually stress you out more and then mess up your sleep and create more stress in your life, which is also screwing you up. If you handle the sleep and the stress in your life, you'll lose more body fat. You'll lose more body fat if you say, you know what, cardio is not that important for me, but fixing my sleep, that's really important to me. I'm gonna prioritize learning how to fix my sleep. I'm gonna go on geneticxfitness.com, go to geneticxfitness.com. There's a blog on how to improve your sleep. 5 tips on how to improve your sleep. Back to this shit, NEAT. People have heard this term before. It stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis or some shit like that. It basically means all the activity that you do that is not exercise. Walking around, tapping your foot, blinking, believe it or not. All of that is NEAT. Movement, talking with your hands. You know, taking the stairs instead of taking the elevator. You know, not parking 2 feet away from the supermarket, but parking a little bit further and walking to the supermarket. All of those qualify as NEAT. NEAT is also a big chunk of losing weight. It's way more important than cardio, and it can do more for weight loss than if you handle stress, if you de-stress, because good luck with that in fucking 2022. Resistance training. Resistance training is even more important. Why? Because you're putting muscle tissue on your body. When you put muscle tissue on your body, muscle tissue is your fat burning system. It eats up 80% of the glucose in your body, right? So you don't want to have that excess of sugar. What does that excess of sugar or excess of calories turn into? It turns into a fatter you and does not fit your goal. Protein intake. Protein intake. If you eat protein, protein is what's called a thermic macronutrient. When you eat it, you burn more calories digesting it than you would a carbohydrate, which is less thermic, right? So wait, I'm burning more calories from eating? That's crazy. Well, your protein intake, that's your thermic effect from your food. So resistance training and eating more protein kind of sounds like a good idea if you're getting into the meat and potatoes on how to lose fat, right? But what's even more important than all of that, and this is why it's the largest part of the pyramid, it makes up the most, it's what you need to dedicate most of your effort into, is creating a calorie deficit. How do you create a calorie deficit if you don't know how many calories you're taking in? You need to start tracking. This is why do you think that the fat loss industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry? There are people making billions of dollars lying to people like you who are watching this, who are buying their bullshit, who are believing the nonsense that they say that this diet is better than this diet because this diet doesn't have any carbs and sugar. So it's got to be keto, or it's got to be paleo, or it's got to be this. Like all of that is fads, guys. Those are all fads. Stop buying into the fads. This is science. This is fucking science. Calorie deficit is where your effort needs to go into. So start tracking your macronutrients. Know how many calories you have coming in. Monitor yourself on the scale every week. You know what? Make it every day. If your goal is how to lose fat, remind yourself every day that if you're not losing fat, you're actually staying fat, or worse, you're getting fatter. So if your goal is this is what you need to consider. I try to be as blunt as possible with this because if you could just get this right, these criminals that are making billions of dollars off taking people's good hard-earned money. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. This has been Mean Gene. This is how to lose fat. If you follow this, again, zero chance of failure, 100% success rate if you understand this pyramid here. If you want coaching, geneticxfitness.com. This is your boy Mean Gene. Peace.